I used to be known as Harry Potter and the Fast Kid. Still sort of known as Fast Kid, but Harry Potter was one of my main names back in middle school. Middle school is really a good place to start for this. Everybody has like their awkward years, and middle school is really like the really bad years for me. Like middle school, like here we have long hair, the glasses. I mean, literally people tell me I should go stunt double for Harry Potter. I didn't understand it. Nobody really told me about it. But I was like, okay. I was really an outcast. I did not talk to anybody. Cross country was basically my best friend. Like running, I love it, but it's really my best friend. Because that's what I did every day, all day. Even when I went home, I'd just run for fun. Yeah, sounds kind of weird, but that's really what I did. It was just something I liked. At school, I wouldn't really have anybody sit at lunch with. I just sort of do what I felt like doing for lunch. Sometimes I'd just sit there and think about life, ponder. Sometimes I'd really just sit there and think about how nasty the food was, but everybody does that. It's really innocent. I did not know what weed was until like 8th grade. Yeah, I don't know how that works, but I really didn't know what it was, like, until my parents had to explain that to me. And I also wanted to be a technology geek and a singer. Like, I really wanted to be like a rap star when I grew up, but I wanted to be a Christian rap star because I listened to all that type of Christian rap music, and I thought it was like the best thing ever. So I'd be that annoying kid that hummed during class. I'd literally sing all day in class, and that's who I was back in middle school. Coming into freshman year, I got a job because in middle school, after all that, I realized, can't go through life without talking to people, If you're just gonna sit there in life and you're not gonna talk to people, what's the point? So I was like, all right, I gotta at least like do something to be more sociable. So I got a job at a horse farm, still work there. I was 14, and I actually had somebody that was like not really a friend, somebody who I knew that worked there, and that was Lucas Goss. Some of y'all might know him. Not only was he a good friend to me out there, but he really gave me my sense of hard work. I've always admired people that do good work and hard work, and he really was one of those people that helped me understand how important it is to work hard. Hard work can really show off, like, in your future. It can really help you get through your schoolwork. If you don't work hard, you're not going to get everything that you want most of the time. So, working on the farm and working with Lucas specifically really taught me a whole lot about how hard to work and through anything, whether it's running, school, just anything. So, that was going into freshman year. Becoming a freshman, I was in ROTC class. That was really something that I wanted to do. I wanted to be in the military back then because I wanted to be like my dad. But then I went to ROTC class and I just sort of realized that's not for me. It's like, no, that's not for me. So I was like, I gotta change some things about myself. And so eventually I made it through my freshman year, it was a struggle. But going into my sophomore year, that's really when I became a more extroverted person, because that's when I met Sergio, and that's when I became really good friends with one of my other best friends, and that's Jackson. Jackson Blaine, you all probably know at least of him. That's when I actually started hanging out with people after school, because they made me realize, how much fun you can actually have. Because I thought, people are just annoying. That's what I've always thought up until then. I was like, people are just really annoying. I don't like to talk to them. Like, I'm just the best person ever on the planet. Nobody deserves me. Well, obviously I was wrong, but Sergio and Jackson really taught me how to go out and be more outgoing towards other people, how to just talk to people and be their friend. And that's really when I became like more of an extrovert. And that's really what carried into the coming year, which was junior year. And that helped me become friends with all the people that I'm friends with today, really. Because going into junior year, basically I was friends with the cross country teams still, but actually closer friends. I was still friends with Sergio, but you know, he's gone, so there's not much to do. You can FaceTime, you can text. So I was friends with Sadie and Aubrey Taylor, and they worked at Elder Bierman. So I was like, okay, well, I can work at Elder Bierman too during the school year when I have time. So getting hired on at Elder Bierman, a lot of their other friends actually started to apply there. They all got hired on. And that's really where I became friends with all these different people that have graduated within the past year. They just really taught me, other than how Sergio and Jackson did, they really taught me how to come together and just be, you know, one big group of friends that's almost like a family to me now. It's, you know, it changed my whole entire perspective on, you know, life and like how sociable you should really be. Because I really truly thought that you shouldn't really talk to people because it'll just get you nowhere. Like, you should work with yourself only. But then when you realize like how good it is to be with other people, it completely changed everything. So within a week of working at Elder Bierman, one of my other really close friends, Hannah Roberts, you all probably know her too, I went to the mall with like 10 people, and that was the most people I've ever hung out with in one place other than like a birthday party. And I didn't go to many of those. Like, I didn't like to go to people's birthday parties because, you know, I'm the best. So I went to the mall, and I didn't even know really any of these people, but all these people, like Blevin, Hannah, Sadie, Aubrey, Jacob, Graves, Evan, just other people that you all might know, Evan Hannes. You know, a lot of these people, I became so close with them within a matter of just a week, and it was just kind of crazy. And I still talk to them today, and that just really helped me get my feeling of, you know, this is how how sociable you really should be. You know, it kind of sucks that they had to graduate, but you know, it's also good because it's helped me realize that even when people go away, we can still be friends. Sergio also sort of helped with that because I went to Spain over summer, which is another important part of my life. We'll get to that in a minute. When I went to Spain this summer, before I went to Spain this summer, I had to keep in contact with Sergio by basically through technology. And so that's more of a difficult type of thing when you can't hang out with somebody and just have the good times that you did just hanging out. Being able to just sit around and tell jokes or whatever, instead of, you know, you have to do it at a certain time of day because they're 6 hours ahead in time. It's just completely different. So when all these people went off to college, I realized I still have to like keep in touch with these people, whether they're in Lexington, UK, Louisville, at U of L, or even in Nashville. So that's what I've really tried to do, is keep in touch with everybody, and that's just how I've gotten my socialness. So going to Spain this summer, it really was something that impacted my life because it really just gave me an outlook on how lucky I am to be as an American. Because when you go over there, it was almost like you were gold, literal gold. Because they would just be like, "You're American?" And they'd like give you free stuff. I was like, "What?" I was really confused. So coming to Spain, getting to learn about the different cultures really just gave me a good idea of, you know, this is how like lucky I am to just be here. It just really was an eye-opener overall. It just opened my eyes to everything. So, you know, these people and these events have really like made me who I am today, but I'm still like in the process of changing that. You know, I'm still not exactly who I want to be, but I'm much closer to being there, and I think that it's gonna happen basically soon. You know, college is gonna change everybody. You know, we've got like 5 graduating seniors in this room, so it's like half the class. Like, it's gonna change all of us, but this is who we are now, and we should embrace it while we can.